Hello everyone, Friday is today. Here at Polyneria is going to be the historical media 1,000 miles um, racing gala. It's a historical event, hasn't been done in the last 2 years. Let's get straight into the news. Lot of stories about energy. We have Biden, which is writing to all the managing directors in America who produces oil in the United States, and he's asking them to increase the production of oil, practically. And he's threatening them, because if you don't do it, I'll have imposed sanctions and special powers to make you do it. Thing is, if you do overproduction, that means in a certain way prices will be extremely low. And obviously, offer and demand has to be balanced on the type of situation that you got in front of you or in that moment. As usual, the blame game of the Biden administration, Putin is blaming high inflation in America, is blaming for the sanctions imposed on them. American economy is tits up, 16.8%, real inflation figures. And we're talking about like an Eastern Bloc country which has inflation like that. And we have the spokeswoman, which deals with the whole issue of energy on behalf of the White House. Now she's saying, as usual, is Putin's blame. Why? The American economy is tits up, high inflation, high gas prices, interest rates shooting up. I think it went up now. What? How much? That's gone up. I think a year or two, no, a day or two ago. Well, it will continue that trend. And she's saying oil producers must increase their production of oil. The current production of crude oil is sufficient enough. If you'd impose sanctions on Russia, America wouldn't find itself in the shit it's now in. And she's saying, to save us in the future from this ordeal, we must go green. Solar powers and windmills and electric cars. The problem is, if the cost of energy, electricity, is high now, what's it going to be like in the future? And also enter into the issues of the cost of these vehicles. High, as purchase, running, batteries. And for example, I said a Tesla, one of the models, if you want to replace a battery of that, it's not just one battery, it's a bit fucking whopping thing which goes underneath the car. $50,000, another $3,000 of labour. You buy yourself already a car already. And they say they want to phase out fossil fuel. Now, phasing out fossil fuel, you think in the next 13, 15 years, you can't, because the whole economy runs on that. It's based on that. If you make it impossible and make it more expensive, fuel for transport and for energy generating, you're going to destroy the economy in the end. Now, Biden, I think next month he's going to Saudi Arabia, start licking the arses of the Arabs. I don't think he's going to be quite welcome there, because obviously he has done a diplomatic cock up the last time. If he picks up the phone, they won't respond like in the past it was other presidents, they would answer straight away. And he's going to ask them to increase production of the oil. Obviously, OPEC countries, they have all their productions programmed judging how the situation and demand is. But I think Biden's going to come home empty-handed. And Democrats have to realise you cannot eliminate fossil fuel in the immediate future. You should take into account the next 50 or 70 years, because these fossil fuels, they will be still around, and probably technology will be evolved enough to pass over alternative energies, because hydrogen is a very promising thing. It's been around a long time, and Toyota has many patents of the use of hydrogen fuel on cars. The NASA uses hydrogen fuel for their space missions, the shuttle, and even future space missions with private companies in the future. So, hydrogen you can extract from nature is widely available, but even if it's costly to extract or produce, I think you need mass production facilities industrially. But if you want to have an alternative source of energy, you cannot phase out one before you pass over to the other, because electric is not mature, and there'll be an extra demand in electricity charging these electric cars, and therefore you're going to be victims to blackouts due to the energy shortages, let alone in the future. And Australia, the energy authorities are warning various peoples in various states to be more rational with their energy consumptions, electricity, which I'm saying. And in the end, warning there could be blackouts. Is this the future for the rest of the world? Blackouts?